Traveling by bicycle. It is the year 1975, when Charlotte von Sledvin, a 19-year-old student of a Swedish royal family, travels to India to get a portrait made by a gifted artist. The artist was born into a poor Indian family of the lowest caste, also known as the untouchables. Despite the incredibly difficult circumstances, the artist named Pradyumna Kumar Mahanandiya had gained an outstanding reputation for being a gifted painter. His reputation led Charlotte von Sledvin to travel all the way to India to get her portrait done. The two had fallen in love. By the time the portrait was finished, he was fascinated with Charlotte's beauty. Never before had he seen a more beautiful woman from the Western world. He gave his best to capture all her beauty in the portrait, yet never fully succeeded. Nonetheless, the portrait was magnificent and Charlotte fell for his simplicity and his beautiful character. Because of him, she spontaneously decided to stay longer in India. Out of a couple of days became weeks and then even months. The two had fallen so deeply in love that they decided to get married according to traditional Indian rituals. Unfortunately, the time came when Charlotte had to leave again in order to complete her studies in London. Thousands of miles separated the two, but their feelings for each other never changed. They stayed in contact through letters, which they exchanged almost weekly with each other. Naturally, the newlyweds terribly struggled with the great distance between each other. Charlotte offered her husband to buy him air tickets, which he refused. He had not only decided to complete his studies first, but he had also set his mind on reuniting with the love of his life on his own terms. He even made her the promise that he would do anything he can to see her again. After Pradyumna had finished his studies, he took all his possessions and sold them. Unfortunately, the money he earned didn't even come close to a flight ticket. All he could afford was a cheap and used bicycle. Many would have been greatly disappointed, some would have even given up. But not Pradyumna. Instead of allowing the difficult circumstances to stop him from seeing his beloved wife again, he met the decision to use what he had in order to see her again. Nothing could stop him from reuniting with his wife, even if that meant an exhausting bicycle ride half around the world. His decision was the beginning of a bicycle journey from India to the Western world. Pradyumna took all his paintings and brushes along with him in order to financially support his endeavor. His voyage led him through 8 countries and took more than 4 months. But eventually, he arrived at Charlotte's hometown in Sweden and finally saw her again. From then on, the two did never leave each other's side for too long. Based on true story.